what's the word? Fuck. No. I had like preference coding on and it like messed it up. So now it works, guys. But you can't really see it, which is like kind of annoying. It's very tiny. That's very annoying. Hold on. Yeah, we're whispering. If I make it, that's gonna be kind of weird. Whatever. There we go. Okay. Oh shit. Well, I guess y'all are just gonna like, okay. Y'all are just gonna go over the line. Whatever. I don't know why I'm whispering, but I am. So, welcome to my ASMR. That just makes me want to cough. Okay, the chat box like is actually kind of bothering me because it just doesn't shit. Hold on. Fuck. Okay. So, basically, I oh my god. Okay, I can't anymore. So basically, the past few days I've been going to CVS and they're having, I guess cuz they're like getting more sent to them, so they need to sell them. But basically, they're having so if you guys know the Arizona teas, like the really big cans for like 99 cents each. So they need to get rid of them. So they're selling them $4, or is it? So it's 4 for $2. So it's literally 50 cents each. So that's like basically half off. So within the past week, I have bought 12 cans? 12? So I bought 4 earlier in the week. And then I bought 4 more 2 days ago. And then I bought 4 more today. I have essentially drank... Sorry, is it 8? No. Sorry. No. I bought 4 in the beginning of the week. I bought 8 2 days ago. And then I bought 4 today. So I have drank... Let's see, I have 4 in the fridge right now. So I have drank 8 containers of iced tea within the past 48 hours, and I did the math. It's about 12 pounds of iced tea, and it's not the good iced tea. It is the one that's filled with chemicals. So I'm kind of waiting for diabetes, but we'll find out, I guess. Yeah. Who's meowing in my chat? Yo, what's up? I think you guys can hear when I'm cracking my finger. Yikes. But, yeah. It's 1 a.m, guys. I think the only reason I'm awake is because I drank all that fucking iced tea. My brain is just on, but my body is not. You should see it. I literally have so many cans of iced tea. I still have all of the cans. I'm gonna like stack them and take a photo and be like, hey guys, look at my collection. Maybe I should sell them. I need money right now. I I currently have like $600 in my bank account, and I'm about to spend $600. So I think I believe I will have $10 remaining in my bank account after I spend it. So I've never been to the Philippines, no. The only place I've ever been that's not in North America, I think, is like France. I was like, I don't think I was born yet. I think my mom was pregnant with me when she went to France. So I don't even think I was born yet. Or I was really young. Either I was like super, super, super young, or like, not sure. What am I buying? Oh, I'm buying manga. Someone is selling Higurashi manga. Yeah. I've been having a crisis all day. I've been like thinking, like, is it time to start selling some of the manga that I own in hopes of getting some money? I don't really know. Because I was originally collecting a shit ton of manga because I wanted to open up a manga cafe. But I really don't think that's happening anymore. Like, I genuinely think that dream is like dead. So I'm thinking a lot of my manga I'm probably going to sell, like my incomplete collections. Like if I have a full series or a long series, I'll keep it. But like for me, what I do is I buy random manga lots. I buy them for quite cheap. And for example, from a manga lot that just came today, I got volumes 2 and 3 of D Gray Man. I don't need those. So where to support Manga Cafe. I guess it was, the Manga Cafe was an idea that I had with somebody. We wanted to do it together. And I guess it kind of just died out. So there's really no point in pursuing it because it wouldn't feel right, I guess, if it wasn't the both of us. Yeah, if that makes sense. Yeah. But I have been thinking of starting, I need my residence in Texas. And because of the pandemic, I'm stuck in New York still. So I was thinking of creating a company that's resignated in Texas so I can get residence earlier. And I was thinking of making the company dedicated to a site for manga collectors and hopefully do that. I wanted the cafe to be based around manga because manga was the ideal from that. It just seemed like a really, really fun idea because I love manga. I'm a big collector, and I also grew up wanting to have a cafe, but my cooking skills are a bit anyway. I'm an okay cooker. I grew up with a mother who'd never really let me cook, so that's kind of why my skills are lacking. But I'm okay. I'm a better baker. I'm much better at baking than I am at cooking, to be honest. But yeah. Yeah, exactly. It was basically like a bonding project that kind of just died out. Texas is a bad place for you. I don't know. I mean, for me right now, Texas is the only reason I'm moving to Texas, or I'm trying to move to Texas, is pretty much solely for job opportunities. Well, it was different at first, but now that's basically what it is. When I really think about it, the only reason I'm trying so hard to get into Texas is basically for jobs. That's really it. It's just, and I guess it's also because it's much cheaper down there than it is up here. You got basically mansions for $1 million, whereas here $1 million will get you like a 3-bed, 2-bath house. So, I don't know though. Like, I really wanted to move down to Texas for voiceover. That was my main ideal. I do think that I will be moving down there regardless, of situations. That's just kind of how I've been planning my life for like the past 10 months, is to move down to Texas. Maybe more than that actually, but I started to get it finalized more for the past 10-ish months. I've been more set on moving there, but as things are currently going, I don't really know if that's going to be a place where I would settle in, unless I get a promising job there, or I am able to take off as a voice actress, maybe in Funimation or Sentai or anything like that. If, I get lucky and life's great and I get those opportunities, then I guess I would be staying in Texas. But if I don't see my career really going anywhere as a voice actress being in Texas, like if being in anime was like too good to be true, that kind of thing, and it just doesn't work out, then I guess I would probably, honestly, I would probably want to live in the cheapest area that I can find. My entire life is just like online and just whatever. Like, I personally really don't care about what my house looks like. Like, I care what it looks like in my bedroom. And if I have a gaming room or a library. Like, I would prefer to have an ugly outside house, but have enough money to renovate it in the inside or the outside. Just renovate it how I want to. That kind of stuff. Then again, I would like to marry a very rich man. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Okay, wait. I need to catch up on chat. Okay. Oh, your father lives there in Texas? In New York, it's hard to find jobs because that's what everyone wants. The jobs is more expensive because the economy up there. Huh. I didn't know that. I don't know. Up here is just fucking pathetic, dude. I can't. And then it's like, in reality, I find this up here super, super expensive, but at the same time, I guess it makes sense. Like, I think that if I go down to Texas, I'm not going to be making buckets of money. If I make like 15, because I think up here you make like $15 an hour. If I go down to Texas, I'm not going to be making $15 an hour. I'll be making like 10. So it's like, I guess it doesn't really change that much on how much money I make. I'm not. Sorry, I keep yawning. I'm not really sure, to be honest. Then again, I don't really know what job I would have. I'm struggling so hard to find a job in real life, guys. I applied for CVS, that's like 5 minutes from where I live. And I went there and they're like, we don't have a job interview for you. And I was like, oh, okay, that's weird. All right. So like I gave them the phone number that called me for the interview, and they're like, oh yeah, that's the CVS that's like 10 minutes from here. So I was like, oh, okay. So they call that CVS and they're like, yo, do you have an interview with this girl? Like, do you have an interview with Phoebe, this girl named Phoebe? And the guy's like, maybe, let me check. And then the guy's like, I'm not like so sure. Like, I don't remember. Oh my god, it was so hectic. Yeah, in the end they basically are like, sorry, we're not interested. And I was like, okay. It's not that they weren't interested, it's like literally that they like weren't looking for anybody, and the fucking guy didn't know what he was doing. Oh my god. I used to live in Texas for about 6 months to about 2 years and lived there in almost the middle of nowhere. If I was going to live in Texas, I would definitely be living in Houston, Austin, or Dallas/Fort Worth. I really don't think I'd be living anywhere else, to be honest. I think those would be the only areas that I would potentially live in. Right now, I'm aiming for around Fort Worth. I think I might end up living in Dallas. Although I might end up living in Denton, which is a little bit above those two. I'm not sure. Can't wait to see Haru's name in this starring category of an anime. Oh, I know. I'm really hoping that one day that happens. That would be like a dream come true, guys. Because it's just so weird to think about, because, you know, my career as a voice actor really started to take its like course once I started to get into anime. I'll never forget, I started watching anime because of this girl. I can't remember her name. It was like Fluff. Something. So I met this girl on a game called Transform Ice. And she basically had just started watching this anime called Fairy Tale. And she was obsessing over this random ass guy named Natsu Dragneel. And I was like, Miss girl, calm down. Like, what's the hype? And she was like, there's this anime called Fairy Tale that I am literally obsessing over. And I was like, wow, okay. So I checked it out. After her like constantly pestering me, and I got hooked too, and I was obsessed. I believe I originally watched the dub up to the point where I don't even think they had released the dub yet for the next part. I'm not sure. I believe there's like 3 seasons of Fairy Tale, I believe. There's the normal Fairy Tale 2014, and Fairy Tale 2019. I believe Fairy Tale 2014 was airing at the time, when my friend introduced me to it. So, because I think it was airing and the English wasn't caught up with the Japanese, and I was watching the dub at the time, so then I think I just like switched to the Japanese. But fun fact, actually, I had actually gotten into Miraculous Ladybug before I had gotten into anime. And that says a lot, because people, I don't know, Miraculous Ladybug is so overrated at this point. And it's really weird for me to see so many fans of Miraculous Ladybug, because I remember seeing it the week it was released. Like, literally the week it was released in France, not in English, in France. So I watched it in like early September 2015. It was like it was like so like odd just to see now all of these fans, because I was a fan of it when it was not known whatsoever. Like, I was a fan of it when it was for kids, when it was like literally only directed towards kids. And you know, they didn't have romance, they didn't have anything like that because it was meant for kids. And the only reason the romance started to build up in the series is because it got more attention from teens than it did by children. So, actually, I think, personally, as someone who has been watching the series since it was first released, I think that I'm 100% on this. So if you did not know, basically, the Miraculous Ladybug was originally dubbed within Nickelodeon, and then Disney bought it from Nickelodeon. And once it was bought by Disney, the series changed, like, a lot. Because it basically, you know, Disney. So Disney romanticized Miraculous a ton. Which, I mean, I guess is a good thing. But at the same time, you know, I kind of miss its old original feeling. And I can't even keep track of it anymore. Because Miraculous was much easier to keep track of for seasons 1 and 2, when it was really only dedicated through Zach in France. But after Disney bought Miraculous, it is so hard to keep track of release dates, because some languages are released like some random episode like in like season 3 was being released in like Spanish before French and English. And then sometimes it was being released in English before being released in French. And I'm like so confused, because France is the original language and animation. So like, why is it being released in English before it's released in French? Like, I don't understand. And you know, a lot of people actually think that the series is an original Disney cartoon. Like, I can't tell you how many people I've talked to about Miraculous, and they think that it's an original Disney series, and like it was originally in English. And I'm like, Miss Girl, like, Christina V and Bryce Papenbrook, they're not Disney voice actors. Like, I'm sorry to break it to you, they're anime voice actors. They do animation in normal cartoons. They were cast through, you know, that. Hold on. My arm is itchy. Your first anime was between Attack on Titan, SA, or K Project? Just K. Oh yeah, K. My first ever anime was To Love-Ru back in 2011. Do not ask me. You know, I'm just saying. I'll tell you the details. So I believe it was 2011. You know, I was on YouTube, I'm pretty sure, and I was like a little kid, and basically on my recommended, there was one of the pool scenes from To Love-Ru where the water comes to life and becomes a tentacle. And I was like, wow, what is this? And yeah, I didn't really think much of it, but for some reason, I just always remembered that. And it was like 2 a.m. at the time, and I like never really knew, you know, what show that was or anything. So I was watching To Love-Ru in like late 2016, because I don't know why, I just was. But anyway, so I was watching it, finished it. I remember I finished the first season within like a day. It was really good. And then I watched Moto To Love-Ru, and then the pool scene came up, and I was like, oh, wait, I know this. And I connected the dots, and yeah. Tulavu is my favorite ecchi, actually. I have all of the manga, and I have 2 figures of Lala, my waifu. She's like my second waifu, second favorite waifu. First is Ako Saotome. I saw Miraculous Ladybug on television. I don't even know where I saw Miraculous Ladybug. Like, I'm like so confused at the same time because I'm very aware that I saw it within the first week because I actually was in my fanfiction phase around that time, and I remember I actually had a Miraculous Ladybug one-shot Wattpad thing that I had made where I wrote like a ton of fanfics, and I actually had the date. Let me see. I had the date for when I created the story thingy. Let me see. Okay. So I created the one-shot thing on Wattpad on September 17th, 2015, which was like very... I believe, yeah, it was like September 2015 that Miraculous Ladybug was released. And I believe the English dub was released in October 2015. So, yeah. Oh my god, what's up? Thanks for the $2. Did you hear my story about my bank account? Why isn't the alert going? Hello? Oh, shit. Ah! Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me. Okay. Well, now I'm awake, guys. Okay. Do I speak French? No, I don't. Which mango do you refer for us? Like the app? What? I know. I was trying. I moved it by mistake, and then I got jump scared. Writing fanfic make you different. So you see, I wasn't like one of those very like typical cringe writers guys. Like, I actually write. So, you know, I didn't have like bad grammar or whatever. Like, I was actually like a writer. So, you know, I had good grammar and whatever. Actually, you guys want to hear hold on. Let me pull this up. Maybe I'll read you guys one of my stories. How do I tab in here? Oh, hi, Haru. What do you mean tab into here? Your handwriting sucks. Oh, my handwriting's really good, so. Oh, favorite anime? Aikatsu Stars. I sent a line I was writing here on accident. I tabbed it in the stream when I clicked. Oh. Well, thanks for the quote, Haru. At the end of a brick wall lies the answer. God. Which manga app do you recommend for all of us? I don't know. I don't read digital manga. I read physical. So I don't really know. Trying to see. Yes. You just got friend zoned? Oh. I think I friend zoned somebody today. Whoopsie. You guys should see, actually, I want to, hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Sorry. Isn't it called Final Draft of Short There? Original Story There. Okay. So I had an assignment in my English course for short fiction. And basically what we had to do was we had to write a story, kind of basically like a fan fiction. We had to write like an alternate ending, sort of, or like an alternate situation to our story that we had read. And my teacher didn't know what Higurashi was, so my dumb ass was like, well, I'm gonna write about Higurashi. I'm gonna write a fan fiction about Higurashi. So that's what I did. You get off spring break soon? Oh, I just started spring break. So I'm off all next week. So. But yeah, so it was so weird. So like basically in our assignment, we had to take the characters from the book that we read. We had to like rename them and then, you know, kind of give our own spin kind of thing. Ow. What grade did I get on it? I should check, actually. I'm not sure. This was like 2 months ago? No. Ooh. This was almost 4 months ago. Damn. Alright. Pop off, sister. Okay. Let me see. Let's see, original short story. I got an A- on it. So we had, okay, so basically it was so weird. So we had to write the story and then we also had to write a reflection on our story. The story was 50% and the reflection was 50%. So it was like pretty crazy, honestly. But I guess the A- is pretty good. But when I first wrote my reflection, I, you know, I didn't, like, when I first, like, read the questions on, the short fiction, my story, I didn't really think it was going to be that long, and the next thing you know, my reflection is, like, 3.5 pages long. I do have Netflix, yes. Have I played a weird game before? Yes. I remember in, like, middle school, my friend tried tempting me to play Spin the Bottle, with, like, this, like, group of, like, random people, and one of the people in it, though, was, like, this guy that had a crush on me. Oh my god. Basically, this guy, he was doing the talent show with me. This was, like, 7th grade. And, what was it? His, like, friend was, like, messing with him, and, was like, what? You still haven't, like, told Phoebe? And I was there, so I was like, what are you talking about? And, you know, I was a big brat, so I wanted to know. So I kept tempting him, and he basically was like, I'd rather, like, not do the talent show with you than tell you. So I was like, okay. Bye then. So we stopped doing the talent show, and then I found out that it was because he had a crush on me and he didn't want to confess to me because it was too awkward. So I rejected him because I wasn't interested. And then I remember he started to make fun of me. I guess that's, like, his way of doing it, I guess. So he started to make fun of me. I remember this was 7th grade, and we were trying to eat lunch, and I sat at the same table as him, and he was trying to not let me sit there, but the people at the table were closer to me than they were with him, so they basically kicked him out. So then he started calling me, like, the F slur and stuff. I believe it was the F slur. I'm not sure. I mean, okay, so the F slur wasn't really considered as bad as it is now back then, but, like, yeah, it was, like, still, you know, derogatory. But yeah. Yeah. Oh, hello from France. Oui, oui. I legit thought Haru had 100k something subscribers. Yeah, I'm so underrated. I know, dude. He was so salty, and then he asked out another girl, like, a week later. I realized that guy was just so desperate for a girlfriend. And then, funny enough, she rejected him, and then he did the same thing to her. It was like a cycle. I have so many romance stories, guys. I could talk for so long about all of the romance stories I've had. That was probably my first in real life story, though. Okay, we're gonna go into story time, guys. Okay, so I think that was basically my first one. But also in 7th grade, I had a crush on a girl. This was, like, my first, like, crush in school, I would say. It was a girl. She was a close friend of mine. We got close because we both played Animal Jam and Chicken Smoothie, so that's how we got close. And no, I don't write on Wattpad anymore. That was, like, 2016 me. I don't write out there anymore. I don't write fan fictions anymore. That was my phase. Oh, hi Hatsu. I know, I'm so hot. I'm so sexy. I wonder where he is now. I have no idea, actually. Like, genuinely, I have no idea. So, I still saw him. He was so I took cooking class my freshman year of high school, and he ended up being my partner along with this other guy that I knew. so it was the three of us. We were cooking partners. So, we'd get meals and we'd have to cook them, whatever. And it was kind of like weird. So I don't see, I'm so tempted to say their names so I don't like make the story confusing, but I don't really want to. So I guess I'll give them random names. I'll give them names, Jake and Xander. Okay, I'll give him Jake and Xander. Okay, so we'll say Jake is the guy that had a crush on me in 7th grade, and Xander is the other guy. So Xander, I have known since I was very, very young, since I was in, like, before preschool. So I moved, to the other part of town, in 4th grade. So I hadn't, seen Xander since 4th grade, and this was now 9th grade, which is freshman year. And basically, let's see. So I hadn't seen him since then, and the first time I really saw him was in cooking class. And then we had Jake, who I hadn't really talked to since 7th grade, but I still think I saw him occasionally in 8th grade. But we started talking more because we had to do cooking class together. And basically, Xander was assigned with, like, cleaning the dishes and stuff. So he was, like, appointed to the sink. I was mostly collecting the ingredients. Oh, no, sorry. No. Jake was mostly collecting the ingredients. He was mostly the one that went up to the table, got all the ingredients, and I was mostly the one putting it all together. And then I think Jake and I would take turns mixing and stuff. So when the time came when we would finish, Jake really wouldn't clean that much, and it kind of just felt like it was me and Xander that were mostly doing all the cleaning, and Jake would try to take the majority of the food that we would make, which was, like, really, really annoying. So I remember this one time, so our teacher hated us because we always went over the bell, because, Jake wouldn't clean, so we were a lot slower than the other groups. And we would mostly go over the bell, so we would end up being late to class most of the time. And there's this one time where I just seriously had enough of it, because we made a we had made like a pie or something, and Jake tried to take like 70% of the pie, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, literally Xander and I are cleaning right now, so you're just gonna take the pie, like all of it? And then he was like, well, I made most of it. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. So I got like really, really angry, and I was literally trying to help out Xander. I'm like, literally, like, Jake, you take like all the fucking food, and Xander literally never gets like any of it. Like, can you at least give him some of the pie? Because like he barely ever gets any of the food that we make. And some backstory with Xander and I. So as again, Xander and I had known each other since we were very, very young. We weren't really friends. I absolutely hate thinking about my past because I was a terrible kid. I was very cringy. But Xander and I, our parents were very close. And my mother always told me that Xander and I were gonna grow up and get married and do all of this stuff. And when I was younger, every single time I would bring up his name, I'm not gonna say his name, but my mom would be like, ooh, Xander, and all that stuff. My mom would be like that, and it was torture because I never saw him that way. But because how my mom pushed it on me, I guess it kind of came off that way when I was younger. I would hug him a lot, and I think I would sometimes try to kiss him on the cheek because you're like 5. What do you expect? But it was a lot of my mom's doing. But basically, so we moved. I hadn't talked to him. When I told my mom that he was my cooking partner, my mom was like, oh, Xander, you're talking with Xander again? And she was like so excited. She's like, oh my god, are you guys like friends again? Are you guys talking to each other? And yeah, and actually, middle of freshman year, my best friend, who I haven't talked to in about like a year. She yeah, we're talking about stories of like crushes and just my general life stories. I'm using Jake and Xander's names so I don't reveal them at all or anything. Because for all I know, someone at my school could be watching my channel. I highly doubt it, but you never know. But basically, so I told my mom, and she was like a fangirl. And so funny enough, my friend, who I can openly say her name's Maddie, I haven't talked to her in a very long time, but she was my bestest friend in freshman year. She ended up dating Xander, and I told my mom so she would get off my back about Xander and I, and my mom straight up looked at me and was like, they're not gonna last a week. And I was like, okay, Mom. And she was right. They didn't last a day. They broke up a day later. Like, they announced it to everybody right when they started dating, and then literally Maddie broke up with him like the day later. It was so bad. I didn't tell my mom for like a month though, because I wanted to prove her wrong. So, but yeah, but between me and you guys, Xander was a very chubby kid growing up. I was too, but he's actually like really hot now. Okay, I'm sorry. He's like really attractive now. He's like taller and he has like abs and stuff, guys. He's not like super like he's not like super buff, but he's got like muscle and he's well toned. And he's funny. But it's kind of awkward. Yeah. There was a point in my sophomore year, I think it was for like a very short point of time, I think for like 2 days, I thought maybe I had a crush on Xander, but then it kind of died out because I ended up developing a crush on another guy who ended up becoming my boyfriend, who dumped me because I'll do that story maybe in a little bit. You guys gotta stick around for like 40 minutes till I get to that story. But so that's the story of Jake and Xander. But I really have not talked to Xander that much lately anymore. I've not seen Jake at all. But yeah, then I will go into the first guy that asked me out. So I had so many people ask me out my freshman. Well, I'm not going to say so many people, but I did have more people than ever ask me out my freshman year of high school. So the first guy that asked me out, I gotta get 2 more names. Okay, let's go with Liam and Drew. I don't know. Let's just okay. So Liam and Drew. So Liam will be the guy that asked me out, and then Drew will be my friend. They're both guys. So Drew was a sociopath. He was very, very weird. He was a big fan of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. He had a great sense of humor. He was quite tall. He was quite plump. Sociopath is really the best way to describe him. He was very, very weird. But for some reason, something I always remember about him was, I remember in biology class, we had to dissect a frog, and he's a sociopath, and even he couldn't do it. And he was like so surprised when I just openly cut the frog, like when I just cut the frog open just like so easily with like no blank expression. He was like so confused because even like he was disgusted by it. But it's kind of easy. You just don't think of it as a frog. Like you just think of it like a piece of like paper or something, and it was just like so easy. But anyway, so basically I didn't know that this guy had a crush on me, Liam. So basically, this was around Christmas break, and Liam invited me over to his house as well as Drew. So I got to Liam's house before Drew did, and him and I hung out. I think we played like a game of like cards, some like I think it was like Dare, like Uno Dare, I believe it was, and yeah, so I think we played that, and then one of them was like really weird. Like he got one that was like dance around the other player, and he was like dancing and shit, and I was just like sitting there like okay. But yeah, so then Drew ended up coming. Liam had Undertale, and I was sitting on his chair on his computer playing Undertale, and all of a sudden Liam comes up to me and he sits on my lap, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And Liam's like, I'm gonna play Undertale, like I'm trying to play Undertale, and I was like, okay. So he was sitting on my lap playing Undertale for like 10 minutes, and I was just like, and I remember turning around because, okay, so the desk was like on the far left of the room, and then Drew was on the other side, so I just kind of had to turn my head to the side and I would be able to see Drew. So Drew like looks at me and I'm looking at him, and he can tell that I'm like obviously like extremely uncomfortable and like super confused. And so then Drew is like, hey yo Liam, get over here, we'll play some Smash Bros. So Liam gets, is it Smash Bros? I'm not sure actually. It was some like Nintendo game or something. Maybe it was the Wii. I absolutely, I don't even remember, dude. But it was some combat game, and basically, so then Drew got up, or is it Liam? No, Liam. Yeah, I get the names. Yeah, so Liam got off my lap and then went to go play the game with Drew. And I then kind of just got up myself and I went to go play Smash with them. And so we were playing. I keep saying Smash. I don't know if it was Smash. I'm just going to say it's Smash. Because for some reason my brain is thinking that it's Smash, but at the same time I don't think it was. But basically, so we're playing Smash, and I was sitting in the center. So I was between Drew and Liam, and we're playing, and then Liam puts his head on my shoulder while playing, and there is a mirror behind the TV, so Drew is seeing Liam's head on my shoulder, and Drew and I are making eye contact through the mirror, and I'm literally looking at him like, please help me. It was like so bad. I was like, please save me. And so then Drew basically like got up and took out his Infinity Gauntlet thingy. I think it was. Right? I think. Or like some. My brain is so fucked up, guys. I'm sorry. It's 2 a.m. I can't remember if it was a Infinity Gauntlet. It was Infinity. I think it was the Iron Hand. I don't think it was an Infinity Gauntlet. I don't know. Just don't even take my word. You get what I mean. So, I'm dying. My throat's so dry. Okay. All right. So basically, he gets out his like weird arm thingy. And he's like, yo, guys, look what I brought. And I was like, oh, shit, dude, that's, like, so cool. Wow, that's so awesome. Wow. And it lit up and shit. And I was like, wow, dude. And so then Liam takes it, puts it on, comes up to me. This is where it gets really bad. He gets it, puts it on, comes up to me, and grabs my boobie. And I was like, that's exactly what I was like. I literally was like dead silent, so confused. I was like, I can't put it into better words other than complete silence. I was like, what the fuck? So he grabs my boob, and I'm like, dude, like, hello? And I was, well, how old was I? 13, 14? I didn't know what to do. So I kind of just like sat there, and then Drew was like, dude. So then Drew was like, okay, dude, like, what the fuck? Give me my gauntlet back. You lost your, like, opportunity. So he takes it from him, he doesn't get it anymore. And, yeah. So I think we kind of just went on per normal. Then, Drew ended up leaving. So it was just Liam and I, which was, like, honestly a terrible thing when you really think about it. And, Liam was like, let's play Truth or Dare. And I was like, oh, great. Okay. So we're playing Truth or Dare. And Liam gets a dare to call his crush and ask their favorite color. This is where it feels like it's in a fan fiction or an anime, guys. Okay? I know it already seems like this is kind of an anime plot, but this is where it gets mega anime plot. So he gets the dare to call his crush and ask their favorite color. So he's calling them, and they're not picking up. So I was like, okay, that's weird. I guess at first when I remembered he was calling, he's like, I swear to God. I was like, I swear to God, if this guy fucking calls me, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. So my phone wasn't ringing. So I was like, okay, I guess it's not me then. So he's like, okay, so they're not picking up. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. We can continue. And he's like, no, it's okay. I'll call my other crush. And I'm like, huh? Your other crush? Okay, I understand. Yeah. Call them. That's fine. So he calls them. They pick up. It's this girl in his math class called Haley. Oh, that's ironic. Haley. Yeah, her real name's actually Haley. And then I'm also using names from the Music Freaks. And I know of her. I really didn't know her that well. I know that she went to my middle school. But this guy, Liam, only went to my high school. I only met him freshman year, like 3 months before all of this happened. So basically, so he calls her. She says like some random ass color, probably like fucking like orange. I don't know. But he hangs up, and then while he's calling her, I go on my phone and I see missed call from Liam, and I'm like, shit. I'm like, no, this fucking, oh my God, I don't even I can't even describe my face, like, or how I felt when I saw missed call from Liam. I was like, oh my God. So I pretended I didn't see it, obviously. And when we finished playing Truth or Dare, he literally just told me, like, straight up, like, I think I have a crush on you, yada yada, and never leave your phone on silent. My phone's on silent right now. It's like always on silent. But yeah, so he ended up saying, like, I have a crush on you. Do you want to go out? And I was like, can I just, like, think it over a bit? I'll let you know. So 2 days later, I finally make a decision. I was like, you know what, it's fine, you know, I'll give it a chance. And now that I'm older, I'm realizing I think I only wanted to give him a chance because he was attractive. He was actually a druggie. A few weeks before this whole scene happened, he invited well, not really invited, but he asked me to meet me inside of a stairwell, or like the outside of a stairwell, near a stairwell in our school, because I had an open and he had an open. So I was like, okay. So I meet him there, and he's like, hey, what's up? I have some friends coming. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. So they come, they whip out jewels and like vapes and all of that. And I'm like, whoa, hello. and then, you know, Liam's doing the vaping and all that stuff. And I'm like, bruh. And I'm like fucking sitting there like, bruh. And so we were freshmen, and there was a senior there, and the senior was like, yo, you want some of this? And I'm like, no. And but yeah, so that was the first big red flag for me. But you know, I kind of just wanted to give Liam a chance, I guess, because that was really the first time I'd ever been like asked out, and I like considered it. So I was kind of like, okay, maybe, you know, we'll see what happens. So I texted him. I texted him, and I was like, you know, I think I can try and, you know, see how anything works out. You know, maybe this will work. I found out by his mom. His mom is so nice, dude. I cannot even. So he's adopted. Liam was adopted. But his mom is the nicest mother I've ever met. And you know how sometimes, you know, moms fake, you know how they like fake their personality when their friends are over. His mom was so genuine, because he literally told me that his mom acts the same when friends are at his house. So he confirmed that she's very genuine. He's an asshole to his mom, which was one of like the big deal breakers for me. Later on, I realized, like, you know, I decided, like, you know, this is like insane. But basically what I found out was, before we had started, you know, playing Undertale, playing like the fighting game, whatever, we had gone to the ice cream store that was across the street from his house. And Drew and I got a smoothie. Drew got an ice cream cone, and Liam got a bowl of ice cream, like one of the pre-bowled ones in like a freezer, which I found it like a bit sus for some reason. But, you know, like, I didn't really think much of it. I found out later on that he had put lead in the ice cream and was eating it when I first was playing Undertale, and I wasn't, you know, and then he and Drew were doing his own thing. He put lead in his ice cream and was eating it, and then came to sit on my lap and play Undertale. So he was fucking, I don't know if it makes you high, whatever, I'm not educated. I think he was basically like high, or he was on drugs when everything was happening. So, yeah. And, so it was quite the experience. And the thing was, I found out what happened. That's how I found out through his mom. His mom told me that basically he put drugs in his ice cream and then ate it. His mother told me that he was in a rehab center because he was caught. When Liam got back from rehab, he told me that he got so high after I left that he jumped off his roof. and had to be in rehab for 2 months. He was gone for 2 months. I told him that, I told him 2 days later that I was like gonna consider we could try dating. He was gone for 2 months. And by the time he came back, I was totally over him. Like, I was like, bye. So, yep. Story of my life. So that was basically the end of the Liam arc. Yeah. I didn't talk to him at all, sophomore, junior. I didn't talk to him anymore after that, really. I think he actually moved schools, to be honest. I think he was in my chemistry class in the beginning of sophomore year, and then he just, like, did... Oh, that reminds me. He actually went missing. Yeah. I just remembered. Liam went missing my sophomore year. I remember they had, it was on the news, our local news, that he had gone missing. And it was reported that he got on a bus and left town with $500 in cash and a guitar, as he was like a musical instrument player. And they did find him, I think like 2 days later. But, yeah, I don't know where he is now, but yeah. End of the Liam arc. And then there was no Drew arc. I think Drew did have a crush on me freshman year. But, nothing really romantic ever happened between us. Other than my mom absolutely hates him. 'Cause, as I said, Drew is kind of a sociopath. He's also a psychopath and a masochist. My freshman year, I had a macaroni and cheese party at my house. For a couple of friends. One of them was Maddie, my best friend, and then it was also it was Liam and my other friend, who I'll say his name, I don't care, because this isn't, shitting on him, and my other friend, Steven. And we were all together, and, Drew did some bad stuff at my house. My mom wasn't home, and she set some rules, like no going upstairs, don't be too loud, and don't touch anything or like the friends just don't touch anything. I'm the only one that can touch stuff. So basically what Drew does first thing is takes a knife out of our drawers, gets some ice and some salt and a fork. And I think y'all know where that's going. So, I wasn't there when he did it. I was in the bathroom. And yeah. Life story. My mom hates him. Funny enough, actually. I actually mentioned that I was going to go hang out with my friend Natalie at the mall, last week. And my mom's like, as long as it's not him. Or I can't, whatever, I'll say, as long as it's not Liam, then I think you're fine. Yeah, I'm naming them after the Music Freaks characters. Because I'm trying not to disclose their names. He gave himself a chemical burn. Basically, he stabbed himself with the knife, and then he put the ice on it to, numb it, I think. Or was it the salt? I don't know. I don't know how to give chemical burns. It was either, I think he stabbed himself to put a hole or like a cut, and then and then he put the salt on it, and then he put the ice on it, and then had the ice melt. So he gave himself like a chemical burn. Yeah, that shit hurts probably. But yeah. It was my macaroni and cheese party, man. So, yeah. That was him. Kind of similar to everyone else. Him and I kind of stopped talking sophomore year. we talked a bit, not much, but this is a lot of this is also due to because Liam and I, we had every single class together freshman year except one. So we were literally seeing each other like constantly. But sophomore year, I don't think we had any classes together sophomore year, and then none junior year or going forward. So yeah, I never really saw him again. So rip him. Yeah, those are the end of those arcs. On to the next arc. I had a guy who we will call Henry. So Henry was in my math class, freshman year, which was the only class that I did not have with, Drew. And, basically, Henry was very stinky. Yeah, he lacked hygiene. To put it into perspective, it was so bad that I used to bring, like, body spray, like, you know, kind of like, not perfume, but kind of like body mist and deodorant, to school because his smell would go off onto me because I sat next to him. And I found this out the hard way when I would go to, like, my my next class with my friend and or Liam, and Liam would tell me that I would smell. And, you know, but on days when I didn't have, I remember we did like a small like experiment, like on days where I dropped math, I would go to my next class that I had Liam with, and I was like, do I smell today? And he's like, no, you're fine. And then I'd go the next day when I had math, and Liam's like, yeah, you smell like shit. So I was like, oh my god. And so I had to bring deodorant and body mist to, you know, go to the bathroom and put it on before I went to my next class. And I will tell you, there were literally times where he smelled so bad, I got nauseous in class. Like, I literally used to, like, I remember I used to stifle my breathing because it was that bad. I just did not want to breathe because I did not want to smell it. It was that bad. But yeah, forgetting about his, like, shitty hygiene, he was very funny. He was a very funny guy. He's very cool. We played Club Penguin a lot. Yeah, we played a lot of Club Penguin during class because we really did not give a fuck. Or no, we're on a new guy. We're on a guy named Henry now. But yeah, so he, you know, he's a cool guy, whatever. This is a bit of a shorter story. So yeah, he basically told me that he had a crush on this girl, but didn't know how to ask her. And I was like, oh, you know, just, you know, say it when you're ready, whatever. And then, like 2 weeks later, he texts me and he's like, I think I'm ready to tell her. And I'm like, oh, congrats, dude. And he's like, will you go on a date with me? I was like, oh man. So I said, at first I was considering it, but he was actually exes with one of my friends. So my friend used to date him, I think in 8th grade. And it just didn't feel right because that's kind of like breaking the girl code, you feel me? But she was like totally fine with it. You know, she broke up with him. So, you know, she was like totally fine with, you know, me dating him. So it made me feel a bit better. But I just couldn't get over the smell, guys. I'm sorry. I couldn't get over how fucking stinky he was. So I couldn't do it. Like, I'm not saying that I smell like, you know, heaven on earth, but, you know, he was like, whoo, no thanks, man. But yeah, so, that was a no for him. What other love stories do I have freshman year? Okay, I got another love story. So this is gonna be a bit of a longer one. So Maddie, who's my friend, that my bestie I talked about, bestie vibes only. She had a older brother who was a junior when we were freshmen. I had a crush on him, which is one of the reasons that a lot of these boys were rejected, because I had a crush at the time, who was Maddie's older brother. For these purposes, we will be calling him, well, actually, I don't think it really matters, because, I already mentioned Maddie. So his name was Jason. And so he was a junior. Jason was very tall, very skinny. Well, not very tall. He was probably like 5'9", 5'10", but he was very, very skinny. That was kind of like a thing in their family. Their mom was obese decently, but the dad, Jason and Maddie, they were all very skinny. So it was kind of like a thing, but so I actually had known Jason before I had known Maddie. I was decently close with Maddie, I was acquaintances with Maddie, but I was pretty close with Jason. And I actually became closer with Maddie because, Jason and I, well, not really Jason and I, but I had this thing where every single time I saw Jason, I would go up to him and hug him. It was kind of like this thing I would do to torment him, because he absolutely hated being hugged or just like, getting attention in real life. So every single time I would see him, I would go up to him and hug him, and he'd get like so angry at me, but it was like so funny. It was funny. And one time I figured it out because I hugged him, and Maddie came up and was calling him like this like weird, like this nickname, I forgot what it was. But, and then I was like, oh, Jason? Like, I didn't know that. And she was like, yeah, that's my older brother. And I was like, oh, really? Oh, that's so cool. And, we got closer because, I found out that she liked K-pop, and I also liked K-pop. So we got close there. We went to a K-pop event together, and, we got a lot closer. And before I knew it, she was like my bestie. Like, I went to her house constantly. My mom really liked her, which was a good thing. That was like a really good thing. Her parents called me their kid. Basically, they called me kid. They'd give me food a lot. They'd feed me dinner because, my mom kind of lacked at doing that. And stuff like that. But, at the same time, Jason was also her brother. And I openly told Maddie, like, I have a crush on Jason. Like, I kind of like him, whatever. And Maddie was like, oh my god, you're gonna be like my stepsister, or like my my stepsister. Is that the right word? Not stepsister, or sister-in-law. She'd be like, oh my god, you're gonna be my sister-in-law. Oh my god. And I was like, oh wow, okay, wow. And so Jason had a VR set, and there was this one time where he was using his VR set, and I had came to his house, and Maddie was doing something at the time, so I was kind of just there, and I went upstairs, and he was using his VR set, and his door was open, so I went in there, and he had his VR set, so he didn't know that I was in there. So being me, I do that thing where I surprise hug him. So basically, I went up there, and instead of hugging him, I went behind him, and I got on my tippy toes, and I breathed on his neck. I blew on his neck just to scare him. And that's kind of irrelevant, but yeah, I found it funny. And he got so scared. It was really funny. It got a really nice laugh out of me. But yeah, and of course I hugged him right after. But he never really returned any of the hugs. You see, when I'm thinking of it, I'm cringing a lot, because it was always like pretty one-sided hugs. I think the only time he hugged me back, I think, was we were in his room, and I remember he had a robe on, and I was just in there, and I was leaving to go home, and I hugged him front-sided, and he I remember, and then he he wrapped his arms around me as well. And I remember I looked up at him. Like I remember I had my chin on his chest and I was looking up at him and he looked down. It was like really fucking awkward. But yeah, so then he ended up letting go, so I let go and then I left. But this was like, whoo, like he was probably my second crush that I had ever had in real life. He was like, you know, very swagger. Except the negative sides to him now. He was not really a racist, but he was that white skinny dude that said the N-word. So, I got mature. I realized I was very, very bad. And I, you know, got over that. But, okay. So here is where it gets to the ending. So basically, Jason, I guess, got comfortable enough with me. I can't tell you, but basically, I was at his house, and he called over me and Maddie to his room, and we were like, yo, what's up? And he showed us a vape, and I was like, oh no, oh Jesus. And he told us that he had started smoking weed and vaping and all of that. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. No. So, Maddie was like, what the fuck, dude? And Jason paid Maddie $20 to not say anything to their parents. He didn't give me anything. I was just standing there like, bruh, like, I'm like right here. And so I didn't get anything out of it or anything. But, yeah. So, I remember as I was in the car going home from that day, I texted him and I was like, dude, like, are you serious? Like, you know, if you need someone to talk to, if you need help to get over, you know, something that you should really try to stop as soon as you can, like, I'm always here for you. And he actually removed me because he got angry at me for wanting to help, basically. He was like, you know, like, mind your own goddamn business, yada, 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 yada. So, I did what you think I would do. I told his parents. I told his parents that he was smoking weed and he was vaping and whatever. They believed me, of course. And Maddie was like, you know what, fuck your money. Like, you know, this is some bitch ass thing to do. So she also confirmed it. He denied it at first. And then he got caught smoking weed in the gym locker rooms. So there you go. And that's the end of the Henry arc. Is that Henry? No, sorry, Jason. I forgot I was calling him by his real name. So that's the end of the Jason arc. That lasted about 8 months. Yeah. And then I kind of found out later that he and his friend group never really liked me in the first place. But I don't know. So I was like a part of him and a friend group that they were all like junior boys, and I was the only freshman and also the only girl. So none of them really liked me except this one guy who I actually still talk to, which is like kind of weird. We actually reconnected about like a month ago. But basically, the guy that I still talk to, he had a crush on me freshman year as well. But he's like, woo, I was like, freshman year, I was like 5 foot exactly. This guy's like 6'3", like 500 pounds. And I'm like, woo, oh man, these guys, yoey. But bestie vibes only. He's still really cool though. We still talk. He's very, very good at hugging. Although I have not hugged him since my freshman year of high school. I haven't talked to him really since my sophomore year either. But we talk online. We have not met in real life really since sophomore year though. Because he graduated when I was a sophomore. And I've never met him back up since he graduated. And yeah. Thumbs up. Any other story? Let me think. Okay. Who else freshman year? I had a girl that I knew ask me out. It was pretty sure. So I had a girl that I knew ask me out. She actually had dated the guy I talked about who went to my macaroni and cheese party, Steven. She had dated Steven in 7th grade. My throat's getting dry. I've not talked this much in so long. And I said no because I wasn't interested in her that way. And she was also a bitch to my friend Sydney. So, yeah. Give him a chance? Give who a chance? Hug me or face the consequences kind of gal. I'm not like that at all. I'm literally the please hug me. I'm so depressed. I really like hugs. I'm a very physical person, I would say. You know, like linking arms, and I don't really like hand holding, but like linking arms or hugging like behind the back or like hugging the waist or anything like that, that is like ideal. Like I love that a lot. Yeah. These stories suck, damn. Well, sorry, I can't make them better. What school did you go to, if you're fine saying? What? Why are you asking me what school I went to? I'm talking about high school. You want me to reveal where I lived? What? What the fuck? Why? Do you think you go to my high school? I doubt it. The guy you said, the hugging dude? No. The hugging. Okay, the guy that I hugged, Jason. So, Jason never liked me. Jason did not like me. I liked Jason, but Jason did not like me. That is the situation I had with Jason. So, yeah. He kind of like blocked me before I had the chance to really say anything anyway. You guys can delete your messages like all you want, but they're like literally getting put in the chat box. So there's like literally no point in deleting them because I can still see them. But yeah, do I have any more freshman year love stories? I'm not sure. Oh, I do. Okay. So this guy has the same name as my older brother. So this was like kind of already a no for me. But we met online at first in a group chat dedicated to our school. And I had no idea what he looked like. He had no idea what I looked like. And we had called for about oh, Jesus, that scared me. We had called for about 2 hours. We actually watched a hentai together. Called Resort Boyne. I believe that's what it's called. As like a fucking joke and shit. And he asked me out 2 hours later. I had no idea what he looked like. He had no idea what I looked like. All I knew was that his name was the same name as my brother. I mean, he was in the same grade as my brother. He was in the grade above me. Yeah. He was a sophomore and I was a freshman. And I was like, okay, we should just, meet up in real life first. So we did. He was so awkward, dude. I met him in real life. At first he was really, really confused because I guess I was like so fucking sexy. He didn't like process that it was me. What is a hentai? A hentai is anime porn. You're welcome. So that did not work out whatsoever. First like interaction with him was absolutely horrid. I knew it was never going to work out. I believe that's about it. For freshman year. Going into sophomore year. So now we're going to be going into sophomore year, where I will now talk about my first in real life boyfriend. For the purposes of blurring it out, let's see, what should we call him? We'll call him Luke. Let's go with that. Yeah, more music freaks. So Luke, I originally had met Luke again in a group chat, and the same group chat actually that I had met the other guy in my freshman year. So Luke, we originally started talking because I wanted to get a PC or a new computer, and he was a very like PC electronical person, and he knew a lot, so he gave me recommendations. I first started getting closer to him because he would constantly use the wrong form of your, and it would piss me off immensely, and I corrected him every single time, and we would like fight and stuff. And I cannot tell you why I liked him. I really cannot tell you, because now that I am like completely over him, never would date him again. In fact, I actually really dislike him again. I don't know why I started liking him. I don't know if it's because he had like the really like bitch ass bad boy vibe. He didn't really. He was kind of the nerdy type. I really don't know, guys. I cannot tell you. But yeah, so I ended up liking him, and he ended up it wasn't really asking me out. It was kind of like a mutual thing where I posted like a meme about going to prom as a joke, and he was like, would you actually want to? And I'm like, I don't know, maybe. And it kind of just like happened. So we dated for about 2 months. It started to go downhill when I had my school musical. I was dedicating after school to like 7:30 p.m. and then for like 2 weeks, and then the last week was after school to 9:30 p.m. Oh my god, I really need like fucking drink. My voice is like but so he was okay. So I feel like one of the reasons I stayed with him is because he was very accommodating to trying to quote unquote satisfy me or whatever. Really, I really don't know, but he would, every single time he would see me like during, so he was a junior and I was a sophomore, so he was older than me, so we didn't have any classes together, so we only saw each other during lunch. And every single time that he would see me, he would come up behind me and like hug me from behind and stuff, and kind of like cradle me and whatever, because he was 6'1" and I was 5 foot. So he would like come up behind me and cradle me, and I'd be like, "Oh wow, ha!" So yeah, so he was he was good in that aspect. Yes, it's almost 3 a.m. He'd make my heart race. He'd make me like shy, whatever. He'd do all that, typical whatever. And there were some really weird times where he would do some stuff. One time he grabbed my boob by mistake. It was a mistake. It's okay. But, another time we were hugging, like normal hugging, and he was like taking his like finger. So we were hugging normally. So he had, his arms around my back. So he was like taking his fingers and like grazing it against my bra strap. And I was like, excuse me? Like, I was very shocked by it. I really did not expect it from someone like him. I was not comfortable because we had literally never gone anywhere past hugging. And we were also in school. For reference, guys, I have still not had my first kiss, my first nothing. See, he was my only in real life boyfriend, and we lasted 2 months, and he broke up with me because we quote unquote got distant, when it was literally because I was constantly doing the School Musical. And I realized that shit got bad because I was telling him how my day went one time and how I got a huge scrape on my back during practice. Actually, not even during practice, during an actual performance, because they didn't sand the one of the sets, and I ended up moving too fast, and I scraped my back really, really badly on the set, and I actually got blood all over the costume, which the tech was not happy with whatsoever. But so yeah, I was telling him about that, and he's like, oh, okay, anyway, I got hot chocolate, I think I'm gonna go to bed now. And I was like, okay, good night. And then I realized, like, this is so fucking stupid. Why am I wasting my time on this guy? Another thing, actually, that I just remembered. So during one of my performances, because we had like alternate shows where like sometimes you would play main, sometimes I would be an ensemble. So one of the days where I played one of the main characters, I was on stage, and my friend Natalie, who I actually talked about a little while ago about going to the mall, she took my phone and was spam FaceTime calling him when he was apparently doing homework. And it really pissed him off, and he was fully convinced that both of us were doing it, and we were trying to troll him. So he got really, really angry at me, and I was like, dude, I was like literally on stage, like I wasn't there, like she knows my phone password, like I'm sorry. He still didn't believe me, so he was really, really angry at me, and I was like, bruh, okay, anyway. Could you two get together again? I have not talked to him since sophomore year. I dated him sophomore year. I have not talked to him since sophomore year. He broke up with me, and then we talked once after, or like one time after he broke up with me. And it was because I stole my friend's Iggy's skateboard, and he started screaming at me over stealing it. Like, put it back! Put it back! And I was like, okay. It was like all of the rage that he had built up over breaking up with me, I guess. He just yelled it at me, and I was like, wow, okay, I'll put it back. It was fucking scary, dude. But yeah, there's a whole other story with Iggy. I'll talk about Iggy. So, I wouldn't really say I had a crush on Iggy, but, he was a very good friend of mine, and my friend Anna had a crush on Iggy, which is one of the reasons I completely backed off from Iggy, because, I'm a good friend, guys. I'm a good friend. If my friend has a crush on a guy or a girl, whatever, I won't have a crush on them, because honestly, I'm not that kind of person. I cherish friendships so much more than relationships. So, Anna told me she had a crush on Iggy, so I completely backed off. Also, Iggy apparently dislikes strawberries, so that was like anyway. That's basically Iggy's arc. It was very, very short. Not really much of that. Whose arc is next? Let's see. Who else do I got? I have one other guy that asked me out sophomore year, but we're still friends. He asked me out over the summer, for dinner, and I said no. Actually, we went to lunch together today, him and I. Me and that guy, we went out for lunch today. Free lunch. So, yeah. I think that's it. I think that's about it. All of my love stories in real life, I think. Mm. Yeah. It's arcs, yeah. Basically, that's like how it was, but cause after I rejected them or they rejected me, we stopped talking. Like literally, as like the end of the arc. So, but yeah, growing up, I always thought I was like super super pure and stuff, and now that I'm older, I'm realizing that I actually had a lot of romance growing up. But like in reality, I've never actually, the only thing I've experienced that would make your heart like pump and you'd get really really flustered would be like when my ex-boyfriend would hug me from behind or hug me. That was really it. You know, I've never had my first kiss. I've never had anything close to it, to be honest. I've never experienced anything like that. So, I don't know. Alright, free food. Whoop. So, yeah. I have online relationship arcs as well, but I don't know if I should talk about them. Because actually, a lot of the people that I've dated online, never mind, I take that back. I really only talk to one person that I've dated online. I have dated, I guess it ranges. Okay, so a lot of them are complicated, to be honest. I really only count 2 of them as dating online. 2 out of the, hold on, I gotta do the math. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Actually, 3 doesn't really count like at all. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 5. Okay, so I guess you could say I quote unquote dated 5 people. I really only count 2 of them. One of them you do know, Nymph. The other one you do not. Can I talk? I don't know. Okay, so the first one was back in 2015. A guy that I met on Transformice. We also played Minecraft. He was from London. He started randomly ghosting me when Overwatch came out. And I was really confused. And then I found out that he started dating this girl that he met on Overwatch. And I was like, bruh. Anyway, I've hated Overwatch since. Next one was the guy that I still talk to, like literally the only one that I still talk to, my boy Chris. He's very very cool. Love Chris. I trust him with my life. He is my most trustable person. If I had to trust my life with anybody, it would probably be Chris. With any of my stuff, if I had to make a will to give somebody all of my stuff, I would probably give it to Chris or my friend Julia. Those 2. Those are like my 2 main people, because those are the 2 people that I've pretty much known the longest that I still talk to. I've known Julia since 2015. She's been with me since my Minecraft phase all the way to the start of my anime phase, to the start of my voice acting phase, to, just everything. She's been with me, and she's known me for way too long. She knows all my secrets. And then same with Chris. But or Bear. I see Bear Puff 4 being like the 3rd person or 4th person. But yeah, so he and I I don't really count us as dating because I kind of feel like we dated each other out of depression. So, bestie vibes only. Then the next one, I don't count as dating. You probably heard when I was thinking 3. I don't count it because I was actually groomed. I realized this recently after grooming became a much more discussed topic online. I never really realized that I was the victim of being groomed until it was people, I read like a thing on Twitter. This was like, what was this, like 2017, I think? So he was 9 years older than me. I was a minor. He was 9 years older than me. And he wrote an explicit fan fiction of us. He was from Indonesia, and he wrote a fan fiction of him flying to New York and meeting at a cafe. And he wrote like some like fanfic of like him bringing me into like the boys' bathroom and like making out with me or something, or like, and it was really like descriptive, and it was really bad though, because it wasn't his first language, so it was really hard for me to read because the grammar wasn't good. But so we quote unquote dated for about like 2.5 months, and then I stopped talking to him after he tried asking me for nudes. So then I was like, excuse me, sir, I'm like young, I'm like what, like 15, 16, I don't know, I was like bruh. And he was 9 years older than me. So I was like, bye. So then that ended. The next one was one that I do count as my boyfriend. His name is Kendrick. I really do not talk to him anymore. I actually met Kendrick on Minecraft on Valentine's Day in 2016. We got close because we always won Skywars battles together. And then we talked over Skype, and then we stopped talking to each other, and then we reunited on Discord in like 2018. And we ended up having a mutual feeling for each other, and we started dating. What was it? I think it was 2019. I think we started dating like February 2019. And then we dated for about 7 months, I believe, 6 months. And then I broke up with him because he got way too possessive and like wasn't letting me talk to like any other males all of a sudden, and it got really, really, really weird. So I was like, okay, we have to cut it off. But the reason I count him as actually dating was because we'd met in real life twice. Although we did absolutely nothing because we were both really, really awkward. I still kind of count it because, it wasn't entirely online. We had met in real life, and, we had hugged and stuff like that. But, then the next one would be this one guy. We never officially dated, but he was also from the UK. He was very, very cool. He was probably one of the people I got easily close with. But I realized after I kind of cut him out of my life because I found out some secrets about him that were really alarming. But I realized that he was very... I don't really know how to put it. Like, he got into your head very easily. I realized that because he pestered me. So he didn't like secrets, like, at all. Like, if you had something you wanted to say, or like if you had something like you wouldn't tell him, he would pester you about it for a really, really long time. And so I ended up being pestered for like 5 days about like the secret that I had that I'd never told anybody before. And I told him, and then he told me a secret that he'd never told anybody before, which I've also never told anybody yada yada. But yeah, he's very like pestering, but I cut him out of my life. So he he's not really gone. I mean, I guess. I think he's matured. I think he's realized his mistakes. I think he's a better person now. If he is, I'm really happy to hear that. I'm not sure. But, yeah. Anyway, latest, Nymph knows him. We dated for 4.5 months? Wait, I'm actually not sure. Wait, I gotta do the math. Wait. Let me see. Wait, September, October, November, December, January, February. Whoa, 5.5 months. Wait. No. Wait. October, September, October, November, December, January, February. Oh, 5. No, I'm not doing the math right. Wait. September. So it's September, October, November, December, January. Oh, sorry. No. We broke up in February. I'm counting. Okay. Sorry. Okay. It's 3 a.m. now. Okay. We broke up in February, but like we were taking a quote unquote break, and then he officially broke up with me. Well, I asked for confirmation, then he officially broke up with me like late March. But yeah, it kind of does be like that. And it's kind of upsetting because, you know, I still really like him, but I've been trying. We're getting over it. Fuck men, you know? Feel me? Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's over me though, but he should be. I'm so okay. Like I think you guys can tell just by, you know, observing my entire love life. I'm a really good friend, but I'm not really a good girlfriend. When you date me, you kind of become like my safe zone. I have a lot of problems. Not like I have a lot of like I don't know how to really explain problems. Like you know, I'm not like psycho, but I'm like, you know, I have a lot of problems. Like I have a lot of family problems that I complain about a lot. I rant constantly. That's just who I am. Like I talk about everything that goes on in my day. Mostly like when something happens, you know, I talk about it. I text someone about it. That's just like who I am. That's what I do. Like that's the kind of thing that I do as a person. And the guy I was dating was the opposite of that. He never really told anything that was like, you know, happening with him, and it kind of made me upset, and it kind of just, you know, made me kind of feel like, you know, he wasn't I don't know, it just kind of felt like he didn't really like that I was talking about myself constantly, but you know, he kind of just like dealt with it. But yeah. So, one of the reasons he broke up with me was because of that. So, oh well. I guess he didn't like it after all, but oh well. I don't hold it against him. Like, I understand, honestly. I understand. I honestly, I wouldn't date me. Personally, I wouldn't date me. So. And you know, the sad reality out of all the stories I've told, especially the ones in real life, the majority of them asked me out because I wouldn't say I was attractive, but I was also one of the only girls that would really talk to most of these people. But I was also one of the girls in our grade that had very big boobies. Compared to most girls, I had them big titties. I was a MILF. A big booby goth GF. So, yeah. That explains it. 'Cause fucking men, you know, you feel me? Yeah. But on to the next journey. Woo. I told myself I was going to be single until the summer. I don't know if that's going to be kept anymore because I was doing it for a special reason, but now I have no need to do it. So it's probably going to happen anyway because I'm so fucking messed up, dude. I should just stop dating. I should just stop liking I should just stop liking people altogether. I should just hate everybody. OMG Haru. OMG. Hello. Oh, thank you, avocado. I don't know. I feel like I can, like... I really have no idea. I always wonder that. Like, will I find the right person? I don't know. I feel like people get tired of me. You know? That's something that's always happened to me. I've always gotten used to it. People just get tired of me so easily. I'm such a bore. Like, you know, I don't even understand myself sometimes. I'm really all over the place, you know. Sometimes I'm very, like, preppy, whatever. And I feel like it's because when I become aware of the way I'm acting, I start to purposefully act differently, like, without really thinking. Like, you know, like once I, like, for example, like if I notice I'm using like a lot of like smiley faces or like I'm like spamming XD, once I realize that, I stop doing it. It's like that kind of thing. Like, right, see, this is such deep discussions. I'm starting to realize this about myself. Like, I've never really mentioned this before to anybody. Like, I'm literally just starting to process this. Like, for example, like, you know, if I don't know. I really don't know how to describe it. It's literally just like you know, I guess it's also kind of just how my mood is. Like, you know, my mood's kind of all over the place too. Like, you know, sometimes I'm kind of like flirtatious. I make like flirty jokes. And then, you know, other times I'm like super, super sensitive and, you know, I get pissed off easily. And I'm just so all over the place, guys. It's so hard to understand me. Again, I don't even understand myself. So, but what you said about your chest was so inappropriate. My 9-year-old sister is here. Well, first of all, your 9-year-old sister is a sister. This is not a PG channel. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if you don't want to listen to me talking about titties, then, like, please leave my stream. Like, sorry. Hey, Garby. Hey, Garby, came at the right time. We were talking about titties. Wait. Let's think. So, yes. Swag. Oh, so if we want to go back into my manga discussion, I'm still debating on if I should start selling some of the manga that I own. Because, you know, I really need money. I have, like, no money. I'm going broke, guys. Yep. I'm, like, in pain at the moment. because I have $641 in my bank account, and I just got an invoice from someone for $630 for some set of some Higurashi mangas. So I'm going to be having $11 in my bank account. Yeah. And I really need money. I am dying. I'm also very tired. Spring or fall? I don't know. For a really, really long time, I preferred spring as a season. It's always been like my favorite season. But lately, like the past year, I've been feeling like autumn is my favorite season. I love the weather in autumn so much. But I don't know. It kind of ranges. Like, you know, my favorite is like, you know, the middle. Like when it's summer going into fall and when it's winter going into spring. Like, you know, when it's like about 60 degrees and it's kind of windy. That's like my favorite weather. I love this kind of weather that's happening like right now. This is like my favorite kind of weather of the year. Because you can wear both pants and a sweater as well as a skirt and a blouse. It's great. Do I read Webtoon? I do. I don't have any money. Why? Because I'm under 18. Take my birthday money. What do you mean? You can be under 18 and make money. I had my own bank account before I turned 18. Wait, why did I say it like that? Yeah, like the transitioning of seasons. Yeah, exactly. But not like spring to summer. Like that part's icky. I'll take your birthday money though. I've never gotten birthday money. I haven't since I was like 9. My parents never got me anything really anymore for my birthday. They kind of gave up. Well, I really wouldn't say they gave up. They just kind of didn't want to. My brother still got stuff though. Go to sleep, you son. No, I do. If you were born deaf, what language you speak in? Is this supposed to be like a trick question? You speak in you don't speak, you sign. I studied sign language for 2 years. This joke does not go over in my head. Which webtoons? I couldn't even tell you, dude. I read like 5 a night. But I'll whip out my list for you. I'll go to my recents. Okay. When's my birthday? Well, May 20th. Okay, I'll read you my webtoons. Okay. Blades of Furry, There's Love Hidden in Lies, Before We Knew It, The Kiss Bet, Men of the Harem, Devilish Romance, Death of a Pop Star, Like Wind on a Dry Branch, Secret Playlist, Mom I'm Sorry, The Makeup Remover, Dating with a Tail, She Would Never Know, Act Like You Love Me, Anti-Stalker, Brass and Sass, Age Matters, True Beauty, Garden Club Detective Squad, Love Me Not, Swimming Lessons for a Mermaid, Not So Shoujo Love Story, My Deepest Secret, To You Who Swallowed a Star, No Longer a Heroine, whatever. The First Night with the Duke, one of the ones I really like. Spells from Hell, The Newlywed Diary of a Witch, and yada yada. I'm actually ahead on that one. Random Chat. Why does it say that I'm not? I read that today. Okay, weird. Back to You, To Love Your Enemy, See You in My 19th Life, Phase, Marry Me, Seasons of Blossom, Romance 101. So some of these are actually outdated. Like it says for Romance 101, I read it 19 days ago. It's actually because I got so tired of waiting a week for them because I knew that they were translated through Korean. So I literally just went online and I literally read like 30 chapters ahead on Romance 101. So yeah. Okay, so then these are other ones that I've read that are kind of either on hiatus or they're finished now. So I have Siren's Lament, Your Smile is a Trap, Let's Play, Mage and Demon Queen, Killstagram, Luff, Freaking Romance, Unlovable Replacement, Honeysuckle Mornings, Not Even Bones, I Love You, Cheese in the Trap, My Succubus Girlfriend, Refund High School, A Good Day to Be a Dog, Gourmet Hound, Conspiracy Research Club, and then there's other ones, but I gotta figure out which ones, because that's from my recent, but there are some that I had read when I had my old phone. Oh, there's also Nice to Meet You. Wait, why didn't that show up? I don't think I read that. There's also, oh, here. So there's My Boo, Hooky, Bite Me, Oh Holy, Your Letter, Super Secret, Escasi Hearts. I remember when that had first finished. And then there's other ones that I can think of at the top of my head that aren't showing up because I can think of like Orange Marmalade. I really like that one. Socializing 101. Wait, I feel like I remember that one. Wasn't that one of the ones on Canvas? Yes, I remember this one. I read it when it like first came out, I believe. Or maybe no, that's a stretch. I think I did try reading this though. But I don't think I dropped it when I switched phones probably or something like that. Well, if you were born deaf, what language do you think in? English? They still know how to read and write. Yeah. And then there was another one, like When Tangents Meet and like Unlovable or like Untouchable, I believe it was, or something like that. Like those. I'd read all those and stuff. There's some webtoons I've also dropped. Like one about a watermelon, I forgot what it was called. Lookism. Ones like those. I dropped those. I also ship Oliver and Sarah. My favorite webtoons, I would probably have to say, are like Age Matters, Seasons of Blossom. I read ahead on that one. I'm like, okay, so Seasons of Blossom, I'm literally finished with the whole arc that it's on right now. I literally am on like chapter like 40 or 50. So I'm like very ahead on that. So that's why that's one of my favorites. Also, the First Night with the Duke. That's a really good one. I really like that one. What else? Orange Marmalade was one of my favorites at one point. Good Day to Be a Dog was also a favorite at one point. Unlovable Replacement was also one. Or, yeah. Was it Unlovable? Was it Unlovable or Untouchable? I think it was Unlovable Replacement. That was one of my favorites while it was airing. Thinking Sign. Possibly. I mean, if you're using like imagery, I guess you could say so, yeah. But I'm not really sure. My chat just comes dead. The gray hair dude. Oh. What's his name again? I forgot his name, but I feel you, yeah. First Night with the Duke is interesting. I can't remember the blonde's name that starts with the E, but she's nice. Oh, the princess. Yeah. Freaking Romance of the Four. Oh, I also dropped the 4 of them. Yeah. That was another one that I dropped. I don't remember why I dropped it. I just did. Age matters to me. It was really good for a while. I really liked it, but once it got more into the series, that's when it started to become my favorite. I've not read The Cursed Princess Club, no. I was in a dub project for it that I think got abandoned. I'm not sure, actually. I don't remember who held that project. I should figure it out. I can't remember. I remember seeing something about, like, Miraculous Corazon releasing a Cursed Princess dub. I don't think it was her, but I do remember it was a popular comic dub creator that had the project. Oh, Jesus. Somebody had spammed all of my gacha auditions. Okay. Let me see. I don't know if I have it saved. Hold on. Do I watch or read My Hero Academia? I do. Why do people ask me that? I literally have My Hero Academia all over my YouTube channel. Like, do you think I make My Hero Academia content without knowing what it is? Can we see cast auditions? Go, go, go. Go, wow, 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 wow. Go, wow, wow, wow. There we go. Okay, here we go. Oh, no, it wasn't that. It was High Class Homos. Oh, okay. They have not been on Casting Call Club in 8 months. All right. Oh, okay. So they're called Two All-Nighters. And it seems that they are still actively posting on YouTube. But the content is a little questioning. A lot of Undertale. It does not seem like there's anything about the project that I was in on their channel. Oh, wait, it is! Oh, what the fuck? Oh, well, this is news to me. Wait, they were uploaded over a year ago. What the fuck? The maids. Oh, but I was one of the maids. That means I should be in this video because I've recorded for it. Oh my god, wait. Are you serious? Guys, I might have a stroke if I hear myself. Am I here? Hello. Not me. Oh no. I'm not here. Poo. Oh. Ew, they didn't even credit the voice actors? Oh, there's a part 3? Oh my god. Wait, how much did they upload of the High Class Hobos? What's up? Do you do voice acting for free or do you have to be paid? I've been having this question for a while since might be able to get paid to voice act in CCC. I do both, but I prefer paid, and also that's not true. Like, you can do it for volunteer, but people are more likely to audition if it's paid. That's just That's how the world is. People are more likely to take a job if you pay them. Ooh, bruh. Ooh, farted. If I farted. Hi. Yeah, they've only uploaded 3 parts. And it was 11 months ago. Rip. Oh well, I guess they never did the parts where I was in them. How do you go about creating a demo? Get projects first. And then get good. Paid through, yeah, no paid through exposure. No. People that do that are like kind of bruh. Did you ever finish that 12 pounds I seen the last 2 hours? I asked about. Indeed, I did, yes. I gotta go pee. Tea is great. I agree. Anyway, y'all, it's 3:30 in the morning. I have been streaming for a little less than 2.5 hours. And I have to get up at 7 in the morning to give my cat his medication and feed my pets. So, I am gonna go to bed. And it sounds like I need it too. So I think it's a good decision. Thanks for tuning into my stream. If anybody can get the time frames, I want to find them of when I like got scared, because I'm interested to figure out like what time I shit myself from the fucking like sound, whatever. I'm gonna figure that out. So, good night, guys. I wish you all good dreams. Dream about me flossing out or something. I don't know. Flossing on your bed frame. Or you got the PSATs in the morning. Whoo! Good luck. I remember I got like 980 on my PSAT. I'm like dumb.